for this. But while the Knicks celebrated their first championship in 53 years, there are some decisions facing the team that came up short. NBA front office insider Bobby Marks joining us. And Bobby, the Spurs, they make a deep playoff run ahead of schedule. But now, what do you see as the biggest offseason priority?
Yeah, I think there's three priorities for San Antonio. I think it starts with locking up Victor Wembanyama to a long-term extension. He's extension eligible this offseason. 5 years, $251 million. That can certainly increase to over $300 million if you earned all NBA. I think the second one is certainly the draft that's coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday. San Antonio has got 4 picks, including 1 in the first round. And then the other things, how do you get some veteran help to complement Victor? Certainly you could use a stretch 4, perimeter scoring off their bench, but San Antonio is in a really good position with 9 of their core players under contract for next season.
Yeah, and then another question for San Antonio is the future of De'Aaron Fox. If we're going to be honest, maybe not the greatest finals that he would have preferred to have, but how should they handle his situation?
Yeah, Fox is going into year 1 of this max extension that he signed last year. It's $49 million. I don't think they're in a position yet where they have to look at trade suitors for De'Aaron Fox, just because where they are financially, where you've got Victor in the last year of this rookie contract, you've got Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper still in the midst of their rookie contract. They're not pressed against the luxury tax or any of these apron penalties here. So I think you're still in a holding pattern when it comes to De'Aaron Fox, but as we saw in the playoffs, Dylan Harper certainly made an impression, and I would expect more playing time for the former number 2 pick next year.
Absolutely. But how about we talk about the team they eliminated in the West Finals, the Thunder? They have 2 picks in the top 17, but I want to focus on the players that are currently on this roster. What questions do they have to answer?
Well, I would circle June 29th as a date to watch if you're a Thunder fan. That's when there's team options for Isaiah Hartenstein, Lou Dort, and Kenrich Williams here. And I think, how does the Thunder balance not just their roster? They've got all 15 players back, but their finances here. Here are 2 players that were part of your starting lineup. Do you decline the options? Do you try to sign back at a little bit of a lower number here? So I think that is certainly a priority. And then there's also the Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams extensions that were signed last year. Those begin this season here. So this is a Thunder team that is now a second apron team. So there is a balancing act, certainly with your roster and also from a financial angle.
This is a team that we talked a lot about their youth, but now maybe you're going to have to start paying some dividends on the other end. As always,
being the title hunt is
going down south. Now, maybe that's just me because I like to spend June in Miami, but I think with the way that the Miami Heat play, number 1 in pace, a lot of space, they can go out and grab shooters. You have Bam Adebayo there. The number 1 team for me is the Miami Heat. I think they have the infrastructure. They still have the smarts and the corporate sort of knowledge. I wonder if that's the best place for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Are they capable of getting a deal done this time around? Because the Dame Lillard thing went haywire on.
Well, it didn't work, right? But Dame went out and said, I want to play here, and that's what the problem was, not necessarily getting a deal done.
Okay, let's move to the next one. Vince, the best spot for LeBron James to be in the title hunt is?
Retirement. But let's just say for the sake of argument, you stay in LA. They have the infrastructure. You have Luka Doncic. Maybe you go get a starting center and that puts you somewhere. But I still think that puts you in a second tier behind Oklahoma City, San Antonio. LeBron is not going to go play for $15 million on a non-taxpayer mid-level. He has not done that throughout the course of his career. He has not taken a pay cut since his last year in Miami. He has always taken the max because that is the least of what he is worth. I do not expect him to go play for less somewhere else at 42 years old.
All right, let's get Wendy and Monica McNutt in here. Wendy, what's the latest you're hearing with the Los Angeles Lakers?
Yeah, so the Lakers have to keep a very close eye on the Brooklyn Nets and the Detroit Pistons. And the reason is because those are teams with salary cap space that could come calling for Austin Reeves when free agency opens at the end in 2 weeks' time. Now, the Lakers really want to keep Reeves. Reeves wants to remain a Laker, but he's been on an underpaid contract for the last couple of years. And those days are about to end. And a team like Detroit especially could use another ball handler to play alongside Cade Cunningham. The Brooklyn Nets are looking to quickly rise up and be a playoff contender this next year. And look, they could press the Lakers on Reeves. The Lakers, every dollar that the Lakers pay to Reeves is a dollar they can't spend somewhere else because they're operating as a cap team. This is no longer about what the player is worth. This is about how you build your roster. And so, Reeves is going to have a demand in the marketplace. And I think there could be some stress there. The Lakers and Reeves are not, I don't think, quite on the same page as to what his value is, and his value is going to get determined by the market.
Do you think, Monica, the Lakers should prioritize bringing back Austin Reeves?
Listen, I think Austin Reeves has been fantastic, but I have a hard time evaluating his game apart from that team, like Luka Doncic, LeBron James, as a third with such tremendous creators. And so immediately as Wendy's talking, I'm like, well, Cade sort of has some of those same characteristics. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know that I would want Austin Reeves to be my second guy, though. I'm still trying to figure that out. It has to be a system with a brilliant creator like a Cade Cunningham next to him. But obviously, Luka Doncic is it. And so I think as you move forward, if you're the Lakers, you also have to evaluate, is this guy as my second guy on par with the other second guys in the conference? And I think that's a fair question.
Thoughts on Reeves?
And I think if you're the Lakers, you have to ask yourself the question, what's the best way to build around Luka Doncic in the future? We can say all these things about Nico Harrison and the mistakes that he made, but he did build a team that brought the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals. Length, athleticism, size at the rim, and you saw what Luka Doncic could do. That is the formula. Does Austin Reeves fit into that formula at the price point that he's going to demand or that the market could call for? That's where the rubber is going to meet the road.
So that's one piece. Let's go back to the original piece, and we'll get Wendy back in here in a second. But Monica, I want to start with you. LeBron James, the idea of taking less money to stay with the Lakers and help facilitate a championship team. Smart idea? Something you could see happening or no?
I think it's a fine idea. I mean, the man is a billionaire. Like, again, what's important at this point, right? Like, first of all, he's not playing 82 games anymore. Like, he's not doing that. We've seen him sort of dwindle in the postseason. Do you stay in a position where you believe you will be able to add to your legacy as far as rings and championship, and you have this incredible life already? We know you're near the back end of this. What's the alternative? I guess it also becomes a question. The alternative is to go get paid highly and do nothing? I mean, you always are going to be LeBron James, so you are a draw, but like, what is your priority at this point in your career? Because remember, when he went out to LA, part of it was his family was out there and the other things that he was doing business-wise. Like, I can't answer that. What is his priority? If his priority is still being in LA and another championship, then yeah, I think you would take a little bit off, take a little bit less at this point in your career.
Wendy, to see LeBron leave LA and go play somewhere else to finish off his career, how big of a surprise would that be?
I do not expect that to happen, but it's definitely on the board. He is a free agent. And you look, the landscape that we see it today is not what the landscape is going to be on July 1st. There will be moves that happen in the NBA in the next 5 to 10 days that will affect who could come after LeBron James. I promise you, he will have potentially more options. Will they be better options than the Lakers? Probably not. I think what you want to do if you're LA, forget about the actual number of the salary. What you want is to make LeBron a partner. If he's coming in with you and saying, this is how this player that we can go get fits alongside you, fits alongside Luka, fills a need, helps us get closer to making a deep playoff run, then I think you will get a LeBron James who's more willing to maneuver on his salary.